Hi, everybody. So, I am going to talk about the personality profile. First, I'm going to discuss the three types of social media that Dr. K used in our prompt. Next, I'm going to kind of give an introduction to the person I chose to go ahead and do the personality assessment on. Then I am going to give specific personality traits and kind of an overview of the theoretical approach that I think will go with both the real life assessment and the online perception of this person. So, first and foremost, kind of want to touch on the different types of social media that was used in the prompt. Twitter. Well, let me backtrack. I'm gonna talk about it from the perspective of my age group. I'm 25, and people who are my age normally see these social networking tools differently. So Twitter is more of the network to go and have fun, kind of say whatever you want, tweet whatever you want. They kind of describe it as Twitter fingers. LinkedIn is more so used for professional networking and getting in touch with different people for career opportunities, whereas Facebook is more the median between the three. So Facebook is kind of for family, for friends, kind of gives you the PG version of someone's life. So specifically, I chose to go ahead and use Facebook as the main domain for social networking to try to understand someone's personality. So my person, we're going to name him Taj. Taj is an African American male who is around 32, 33 years old. Background information, he grew up in North Philadelphia, and if anyone is familiar with the Philadelphia area, North Philadelphia is known as the more rural and inner city of all of Philadelphia. It can be one of the worst areas to live in Philadelphia, and especially to grow up in. And he was born to a single father home as he grew up, who had a mother who abused alcohol and later left the family. So, of course, all of those things you would not know. All those things you would not know unless he posted it on social media. Kind of going to take it a step back and go through his social media profile. So now that you know that stuff about him, on Facebook, really all that you see is that he might have a picture or two of his family, his nuclear family. So his father, his children, his wife. You could tell he loves his family. He might be a private person because he doesn't have specific details about his life on social media unless you're his friend and you can see what he posts on social media. Although he's private, he may seem approachable, might have a nice profile pic, things like that. He seems like a positive person. With that being said, knowing this person personally, I know that he's very transparent as far as telling information about his life if you were to ask. However, his facial expressions may show that he is not very approachable unless you really get a chance to know him. Certain things, he's very loyal. He's very funny once you get to know him. He's caring, encouraging. All of these things that you can kind of understand once you know the context of him. You can understand the nature-nurture debate that's going on there. You would understand how he grew up and then can kind of understand the reason he does things the way he does. So with that being said, I kind of talked about Facebook and the actual traits that I know him from. And of that, I decided to go with Gordon Allport. So Gordon Allport is one of the main theorists involved in trait theory. And trait theory, as we all know, is kind of a spin-off and a development of the humanistic theory. But trait theory it is the emphasis, or I guess the central point of nature versus nurture. So in our books, Collinger 2013, he talks about that personality in terms of what Alpert decided was heredity, which is nature or biology, times environment, which is nurture, will give you someone's personality. And I think that's a great example when we talk about Taj. Taj is, you can only understand him when you understand what he grew up in, his childhood development, adolescence, when he grew up and became an adult, going to college and things like that, to know him as he is now and understand the reason he does the way he does them. He's very A-type personality, very organized, likes to have a plan for different things, and that's understandable knowing that he came from a home where there was only one parent. So I can understand how he loves his family and, wants his family to stay together, loves his children, loves being a good father because he had a positive role model as a father. But one important thing that they talked about in the book was the impact that development has on someone's self-growth, or the impact of development can have on someone's growth. So, for instance, Facebook, in comparison, you have your memories. So every now and then, Facebook will repost or bring to light a memory that you may have had when you first started Facebook, something from like 2 or 3 years ago. And it's just like, hey, at one point, this was you. So that's very important when we talk about someone's self-growth. So whereas Facebook has memories and it shows you where you were, that's similar to our memories, where we knew where we were and where we don't want to go back to. So these are the things that we put in place. I chose trait theory to kind of show the comparison, because Facebook and other social media, social networking platforms, they only give you different traits. They don't necessarily give you the background of someone unless they want to tell you. So trait theory, it kind of focuses on someone's specific traits and how those traits have may impact or influence someone's life. So in Collinger 2013, Alpert defines a trait as a characteristic of a person that makes a person unique, a unique style of adapting to a stimuli in the world. That is very important when we talk about social networking. People use these one-click traits and saying they agree or they disagree, or they think these specific characteristics may define them. And that's similar to kind of how I phrased Taj. I pulled different specific traits that I thought defined him, similar to what they would do on social media if you were trying to friend someone. It might be a compatibility thing where they say, oh, this person is a good fit for you. This person's a friend of a friend and might, you guys might have something in common. So, all together, I think I 100% agree with Alpert's theory that heredity times environment or nature and nurture present our personalities. Where we can't be defined by one specific area of our life, which is definitely what the complex model domain says. So that says that biology, cognitions, development, social and personality base is all a way in which we can understand the person as a whole. We can't just take their cognitions and say, oh, this is that person. We can't just take their biology and say, oh, this is that person. It takes parts of every one of those areas to go ahead and make it have us understand the whole person. And that's especially true for us as psychologists. We want to understand the entire person. Well, me, at least, I want to understand the whole person. So that is my presentation. If you guys have any questions, just drop them down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.